Chocolo Roberto here, but not for a video review. This time it's for episode 21 of Look Back. Yeah, basically where I look back at reviews I did 1 year ago and 5 years ago. Yeah, I've been doing the channel for that long now, believe it or not. I can't, still can't believe it really, but I have, so I'm able to do that really. And it's an interesting one because basically I can look back at, yeah, things to see whether, well, A, whether I still agree with my review scores that I gave at the time, and B, whether things are still around. Probably not the case for things a year ago. They'll probably hopefully still be around, unless they're limited editions or something. But 5 years ago could well be something that's actually no longer available, so interesting to see. Yeah, and yeah, interesting one. So before I go on, links for all these reviews will be in the description, so if you want to find out more or see the in-depth review or to see the full review or what have you, see what I actually said, yeah, links for it will be in the description, as I say. Also did a couple of member reviews as well. I do have a member program, link for that's in the description. Great to support the channel, it really is. And if you're a bronze tier or above, you do get some exclusive reviews. I did Kellogg's Pop-Tarts Frosted Chocolate Chip Cookie Dough. Yeah, so an interesting one there. And also I did a Ben & Jerry's Cookie Dough Peace Pop, basically an ice cream with a sort of peace symbol on it. Interesting one with cookie dough in, of course. Yes, links to those are in the description. So if you're a bronze member and you missed out on those, check them out. And if you want to become a member, link will be in the description, as I say, and probably in this corner up here as well. Yeah, I also did a TierMaker as well. I did one of the sort of tier, where you sort of tier things, rank them basically. And this was for, I think it was the first one I did, and it was Cadbury's Roses. Yeah, ranking the different chocolates in those. So yeah, link for that's in the description as well. An interesting one. Yeah, it was an interesting one. Might do some more tier stuff. Not done any for a while now, so maybe I'll do a bit more. Yeah, interesting and good fun those. But yeah, link for that's in the description. Yeah, I also did yeah, my live review. I did well, yeah, basically I did a mystery review number 2. Yeah, so I did quite a few in few reviews, about 5 reviews in the live review. First of all, I did yeah, in this mystery review I did Milk and Choco Biscuits. Gave these a 3.5 out of 5. I said it was sort of not going to blow your socks off, but did a good job at being a good chocolatey biscuit, and obviously milk and chocolate as well. So if you're a fan of milker, then these are definitely up your street. Not like, I think I thought in my head they were like Leibniz, but I think that's wrong. I think it's more like the sort of those biscuits. I forgot what the brand is now. Basically where the sort of it's got like yeah, basically a indented chocolate in the middle, basically, but with the outside the biscuit comes around on the outside. These sort of like frilly. Not crimps, but sort of like frilly surround on in the biscuit form, basically in the biscuit sort of mould. As I can't quite recall what the branding is for that now, but it's basically similar to another biscuit you get out there essentially. I don't think it's like, yeah, I can't recall what it is. Yeah. I'll put a picture on the screen anyway, you know, and you'll see. Well, I'm sure what I've done anyway for the branding in the box, but anyway, you'll know what I mean. So I can't quite recall the branding of that biscuit, but basically those ones. A nice biscuit, lots of chocolate, nice, as I say, accompanying to the biscuit as well. A good sort of amount of biscuit to chocolate ratio. Not going to blow your socks off, but a solid biscuit. Yeah, 3.5 out of 5. I think that's about right, to be honest with you. Yeah, I say, especially if you like milk or chocolate as well. Also in that mystery review I did Patersons Iron Brew Shortbread Thistle Rounds. Essentially Iron Brew Jammy Dodgers basically. I gave these a 2 out of 5 because you just couldn't really taste the Iron Brew in them. The centre just didn't really taste them much at all. Now it's always a problem I think with Jammy Dodgers anyway. It's use the same template. It's basically got like a sort of heart-shaped hole in the top, 2 biscuits together, shortbread biscuits with a heart-shaped hole in the top, and which has a bit of filling coming through, and it's like a sort of jammy filling. This time flavoured like Iron Brew basically, which is a sort of famous Scottish drink really. Of sort of, I don't really know what actually flavour it is. Is it kind of like an orangey, aerated orange drink? I'm not really even sure. I don't think it is actually. I don't really know what the flavour is. Interesting flavour, but it's orange coloured anyway. Yeah, interesting one. But this one, as I say, didn't taste of Iron Brew particularly at all. It's very hard to sort of, you know, discern that flavour. And you know, it's not just the fact that it's just, which is my regular problem with Jammy Dodgers, with too much biscuit to filling ratio. You just taste too much biscuit. But even when I sort of split it in half and just ate, you know, one of the biscuit halves with the Iron Brew jelly on it or jam or what have you, and even then I still couldn't taste it. So you know, very disappointing on that one. Very disappointing. 2 out of 5 I think is about right for that one, but if anything, yeah, well, certainly not higher anyway. 2 out of 5. I think it's pretty spot on that. Then in Patersons Wafer Roll Selections, basically orange and mint. I said these were pretty much sort of like scratch the same itch as clubs really, you know, mint and orange clubs, but just not as nice. I gave them the 3.5 out of 5 for both of them. I think probably, don't know. I think it's maybe. If anything, it's a 3. I'm tempted to lower that to a 3, but I think maybe even clubs, maybe. Well, I don't know, yeah. I think clubs are probably 3.5 out of 5, maybe nowadays, I think. I quite like clubs, maybe a 4 to stretch. I think 3.5 out of 5 is probably too high for these. But I'll keep it there because I think, you know, I think sort of regular biscuits aren't much of a flavour and things might be more 3 out of 5. So I think it's perhaps just about 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, just because I've got that mint and orange sort of fondant-y sort of style cream. filling basically. As I say, similar to clubs. Think of clubs, it's pretty much like that really. But I say sort of like round shape really, rather than sort of like the flat block shape that clubs are. Yeah, I think 3.5 out of 5 is about right. They're just not as good as clubs basically. So you're eating these thinking, well, I may as well just have a club. Yeah, so there we go. 3.5 out of 5, probably just about. Maybe a 3, if anything. But I think just the fact that, as I say, the mint and orange flavour is nice. But the problem with these ones, as I say, you just think, well, I may as well just have some clubs. That's the problem with them, really. So there we go. But yeah, 3.5 out of 5, still nice. Now I had Soaring chocolate and orange. Yes, these little mini sort of like, I don't think these are actually malt loaves, but Soaring's a malt loaf basically, sort of brown, weird loaf thing with, very strange. Not really a big fan of the malt loaves, but I do like these mini loaf ones, which are actually sort of, I don't know, like sort of sweet flavours in a sort of savoury loaf. Almost very strange they are, very weird, like almost like I don't know, it's a bit weird. I don't know, like unbaked bread almost, like raw bread dough in it really. Very strange. It isn't, I don't think it is anyway, but it's that consistency with like filling inside. They're very strange and all that mini loaves of bread. But this one was very poor actually. I thought it couldn't really taste the orange at all. Quite a few chocolatey bits in there, but just couldn't taste the orange. And there's some other flavours that they've done which didn't have chocolate, like the banana one, which has been particularly very nice actually. But this one really disappointing. Just couldn't taste the flavours. Really disappointing. Yeah, so I said a 2 out of 5, and I think that's probably about right, really. If anything, it's lower, but yeah, I think. Well, you know what? I'm going to lower this one. And 1.5 out of 5. I think it's just really disappointing. Just really a poor product, really. I think a 2 out of 5 is generally a reasonable product, but I think these ones are just a bit too disappointing for me. I think 1.5 out of 5 I think it's probably more about right for those. I just don't think I would really go near those again. I know Alan Knockout was saying he quite enjoyed them, but yeah, for me, no, I wasn't a fan. Yeah. Shame that really, but other Soaring ones, as I say, the banana one especially, very nice. You can still see those mini loaves, very nice that one indeed. Lovely little mini breakfast snack or little snack, yeah, nice. Now the cream egg, I think I reviewed the cream egg a few times. I think I reviewed it again in the 5-year section as well. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 in this case. If you'd asked me 2 weeks ago, I probably would have said that was fine really, but I don't know. I'm tempted to say a 4 out of 5. I'm going to improve it to a 4. I think lift it up to a 4. I just think I had one last night and I actually quite liked it. I thought it was just a bit too. The centre just a bit too, I don't know, a bit too sweet and sickly and too much of it, and the chocolate not that great. But for some reason when I had it yesterday, I really enjoyed it actually. It was just quite a nice, satisfying, unique treat, and and I think that's the thing with the cream eggs. It's got that sort of uniqueness to it, that interest to it, and that sort of childhood memories with it as well. Even though they have been getting smaller and smaller every year, But yeah, so I don't think it's quite the sort of the powerhouse it once was, but I still like it, and I still think it's definitely a place, and it's still a good novelty, and I think 4 out of 5 I think is probably about right. I think if you didn't have the novelty, it wasn't that sort of special and things, I think that sort of interest for Easter and things like this, I think it probably would be more 3.5 out of 5. I think that was probably more correct, but I just think with all the novelty and the chocolate's quite thick and the interest of it, and just have as a treat, and maybe I know Rick can eat about 50 of them. He was saying, but I think maybe just as if you have just one on its own, maybe 2. I think it's a nice treat to have, but there's definitely shortcomings with it. But yeah, it's nice. I think 4 out of 5. I think I'll say ask me on another day. Maybe I'd say 3.5, but I think 4. I think that's about right. Yeah, 4 out of 5. Yeah, and then I did this was outside of the mystery review now, so those are all in the mystery review. I did a Cadbury Picnic as well. 4 out of 5 gave this one. Very surprised actually. I'm not normally a big fan of sort of fruity filled chocolate and things, but I thought this one was just really well proportioned. Just had the right amount of fruit in it to chew and all this, that, and the other. And my only problem with it was at the time I thought it was too similar to a toffee crisp, but I'm not too sure that's correct really. Toffee crisps, I don't know, kind of used to be one of my favourite ever bars, but I think they've gone down in my estimations a bit now, and also very small as well. They've really got ridiculously small compared to what they were, compared to the flourish sizes as well, the actual wrappers, that they come in. Ridiculous really, but yeah. So I think 4 out of 5 is a pretty solid mark actually. As I say, I probably wouldn't normally pick it over many other bars just because of the fruit side, but after having reviewed it and tasted it, I was quite impressed. Yeah, I do think it was a good one. I say well proportioned, really well proportioned. You didn't get too much fruit in it. It was they all complement each other really well to sort of make it better than some of its parts, in my opinion. Yeah, so because I'm not normally a big fan of fruit in chocolate and things, but this one just the right amount, and it really worked very well. 4 out of 5, yeah, enjoyed that. Then we had the Galaxy Smooth Mint Vegan Bar. The first problem with this one is on the wrapper it says may contain milk, which I think is a bit poor for a vegan bar. So it's made in a factory that has milk going on in it basically. But I think, you know, if you had a vegetarian product and it said may contain meat, I think you'd not be too happy about that. So why should vegans be happy about it saying may contain milk? So not too happy about that really. But I gave this a 2 out of 5, and I said it just didn't really, the mint and the chocolate just didn't really work very well together. And I think we're going to lower this one to 1.5 out of 5. I just think it just wasn't very nice. It just, you know, wasn't interesting at all. It wasn't horrible or anything, but yeah, just a bar I just don't think I would ever go near again. So I know obviously vegans have a bit of trouble with chocolate and things, milk chocolate of course, but I'm still sure there's better offerings than this out there now. And even some of the dark chocolate tastes very nice, you know, really, just some, not, you know, not some of the strong stuff, but some of the sort of more lower cocoa solid amount dark chocolate tastes very nice actually. And I just think because this one doesn't really taste of milk chocolate, I'm just not sure there's much point to it really. Yeah, just, I don't know, yeah, disappointing this one. 1.5 out of 5 I think's about right. Yeah, as I say, if you're vegan and you don't get much chocolate and things, milk chocolate, it might be a bit more appealing, but yeah, I don't know, I was very disappointed with it. Yeah, it just wasn't very good. So 1.5 out of 5 I think's about right for that one. And may contain milk, ridiculous. Then we had the Maltesers Orange Bunny. Yeah, 4 out of 5 I gave this one. I've always been a fan of these sort of, yeah, it's actually Malteser actually. Yeah, is it Maltesers Orange Bunny? I think I've put Maltesers Orange Bunny there, so it might be Malteser actually. But maybe it's Malteser, I'm not sure. There is a Malteser bar. I think that was generally like a, yeah, sort of their sort of bunny at Easter time. So I don't know if they changed it to Maltesers. Maybe I was, as I say, in the picture up here, we'll see what it is. I'll probably put a caption. But interesting. Yeah, 4 out of 5 gave this one. I thought I really liked it. I love the inside of these ones, sort of like this creamy malt centre, a bit of a crunch in there as well. Yeah, if I remember correctly, I'm sure there was a bit of a crunch. I thought it was quite nice at times. The orange was quite nice, but then sometimes I didn't think it worked quite so well with the sort of creamy sense. It was a bit, yeah, I don't know, I was a bit unsure about it, so that's why it's only a 4. I think normally I might have given it higher, but still nice. I think 4 out of 5 is probably about right. You know, yeah, just a bit, I don't know, just couldn't quite make up my mind, I think, about the scent. It was all right sometimes, and other times I was a bit unsure about it, but I think 4 out of 5 is about right, really. Yeah, nice product that. I do like that malty, creamy centre, but as I say, just wasn't 100% sure what I thought about having the orange flavour mixed in with it, but it works sometimes, not quite so much other times, I think, depending on, yeah, the bite and things like this. But generally, I enjoyed it. 4 out of 5. That's about right. Then what do we have? They had Vicky's Hobnob Sticky Toffee Pudding. Hobnobs are chocolate hobnobs. This does have chocolate on the top of it. It's basically the chocolate's flavoured sticky toffee pudding, basically, or sticky toffee pudding flavoured chocolate. Always got time for hobnobs, chocolate hobnobs. Best biscuits out there, if you ask me. Really nice, really love them. But I only gave this a 4 out of 5, and that was basically because you just couldn't really taste the sticky toffee pudding. The flavour is so what's the word? Just so weak, I guess. I'm sure there's another word I'm looking for, but yeah, just really, you know, just not there at all. It was just couldn't really taste. Let's see if I've actually put the word I'm looking for. Well, I'll put isn't very strong. I guess that's the same difference. Yeah, just a really sort of weak flavour. A lot of these sort of McVitie's sort of flavoured chocolate biscuits, you know, digestives and hobnobs, you know, like the usually don't have much of a flavour to them. You know, even though they are flavoured, and it's usually quite disappointing. You know, only like the cherry flavoured digestives, chocolate digestives had a real strong or noticeable flavour. This one just wasn't. I mean, you could tell it's there, but only, you know, you might even miss it if you weren't really looking for it. It was that weak. I mean, maybe. I'll say chocolate was still my favourite biscuit. You know, 4 out of 5 because it probably would be a 4.5, almost a 5 probably. But I've just lowered it that much because it was just so disappointing, really. You know, I mean, could argue maybe it should just be a 4.5, but I think, let's say, I'm not sure quite. Even though they are my favourite biscuit, I'm not sure quite whether I'd give a chocolate number 5 out of 5, just because I feel like maybe it just doesn't quite have the X factor there. I don't know, but I do really like them. They are really nice. So they possibly would be, but in this case, because of that, you know, I think giving it a 4.5 might be just too high. You know, yeah. And I think 4.5 suits it a bit better, really. But yeah, just really disappointing. But I'd say a lot of McVitie's chocolate biscuits, chocolate digestives, and chocolate hobnobs with these flavoured toppers or the chocolate flavouring, whether it be, you know, marmalade on toast or whatever, or lemon drizzle, whatever, generally are quite weak, really, and it's a bit disappointing. I just wish they were a bit stronger. But I think 4 out of 5 is about right for this one. Yeah. I reviewed the Twix Cookies and Cream US import. This one, I gave this a 4 out of 5. I said it was probably docked it a bit because the packaging was so small, so much flourishes, the, you know, packaging was so big or whatever, and the bar inside was that big or something like that. But I really like this one. I thought it had like a sort of chocolate biscuit rather than the regular biscuit that the Twix has, and like a cream topper, a bit of caramel on top as well. And I thought even the cream tasted nice. I'm usually not a fan of the cream in these cookies and cream products, but this one really nice, and the biscuit was there as well, and the caramel really worked so well with it. Yeah, I was really happy about this one. It was a 4 out of 5. I think I'm going to raise this to a 4.5 out of 5. I just thought it was so nice, and even though I think I probably reduced it slightly because of the, and I think I reduced it slightly because of the, let's say there's just a ridiculous size of empty packaging there really, and I don't know. But even so, I've tried to be a bit careful with that kind of thing now because it's quite difficult because all of them do it, some more than others. It probably deserves to be docked half a mark or whatever on this one, but I think the bar was so nice actually, and so got the flavours so right. I'm going to up it to 4.5 out of 5. I think, yeah, it was a very nice one. Very, it just worked as a cookies and cream product where most don't. And it was a real shame about the, as I say, just the lack of actual physical Twix inside the wrapper. And yeah, so bear that in mind. So as I say, I think I did dock it down half a mark for that. And maybe I should stick to that. But I think it just worked so well. I think it probably does really deserve a 4.5 out of 5 as a cookies and cream product. I was really happy with it, and that caramel inclusion really made a lot of difference as well, which you don't normally get in these cookies and cream products. Yeah, so very nice. I enjoyed that one a lot. Yeah, very nice. Don't think it was a limited edition, but might have been. But yeah, lovely product. 4.5 out of 5, I think that's about right for that one. But as I say, lots of empty space in the packaging, which is a crime really. It was just too much, and they do. I think a lot of the US Twixes have that problem, so yeah, but still nice. Then we had the Cadbury Picnic Bites. Yeah, I thought these were even better than the actual regular sort of full-size picnics. Gave these a 4.5 out of 5. I said each bite was just ridiculously perfectly balanced. I said the bar itself was well balanced, but each bite was pretty much perfect because it just had like a single sort of sultana, or I think it was a raisin. I think it might have been a raisin, but I think it was a sultana. But just a single one of those in the perfect ratio of everything. It was just really, really well proportioned, perfectly so, and in the mini bite form as well, just spot on basically. Really nice. So as I say, really enjoyed this one. I think 4.5 out of 5 is about right, but and as I say, I'm not really a sort of fruity and chocolate fan either, so if you do like that sort of thing, this might be really, really, really up your street. As I say, a bit of a chewy, crunchy centre as well, with sort of like the wafer and the caramel. I think it's wafer anyway. Yeah, really nice. Really enjoyed these ones. 4.5 out of 5. Very surprised as well. I really didn't think I'd like them because I've just never really been near them before, with this sort of fruity centre, but was very interested, very much like them. I say again, I'd mentioned this one. I'm not too sure. Too similar to sort of toffee crisps, I think, and I think I prefer those. I think I was saying, but I'm not too sure that is the case generally. I might have to re-review toffee crisps at some point soon, but I've had them again. I don't know, not been as big a fan. And they suffer from this problem I was mentioning with the Twix cookies and cream, where they're just ridiculously small compared to what's the size of the wrapper. So this wrapper might be that big, and the toffee crisp on the inside is that big or something like that. So it's ridiculous. It is ridiculously big flourishes on those. But Cadbury's Picnic Bites I really liked. Well proportioned. Yeah, lovely. Yeah, 4.5 out of 5 is about right, really. I don't think it'll be a 5, but really nice. But if you love fruit in your chocolate, I think maybe you would give it a 5. I was very happy indeed with those. Now finally, for a year ago, I did Nestle Aero Darker Milk. Yeah, so really happy with this one. I give it a 4 out of 5. I thought it was just I thought it looked really good, and I preferred it than the regular Aero basically. I thought it was really nice, and this was not labelled as a dark milk, it's sort of dark and milk, but I thought it came across as a really nice dark milk flavour, but nothing dramatically better than other dark milks that are available out there, but I did really like it. I thought it just ticked the boxes really well. Nice aerated chocolate, looked great, nice sort of lovely dark, indulgent, look to it. I think 4 out of 5 was about right, really. I think it was definitely higher if anything, but I think 4 out of 5. I'm tempted to bump it up to 4.5, but I think 4 out of 5 was about right for that. As I say, I've tasted better dark milks, especially that Don Choco, the Ritter Sport one, was very nice. Yeah, I did like that one a lot. So I think I have to keep it as a 4. But as I say, the aerated chocolate made a bit of a difference as well. But Aero is not my favourite aerated chocolate, so there is that. That's probably why it didn't make a massive impact on my score. But I think 4 out of 5 is pretty much spot on there. Now, what did I review 5 years ago? Let's have a look. Yes, did a few 5 years ago as well, really. Did Lint Lindor Strawberries and Cream Limited Edition. I thought these were really nice. I gave these a 4.5 out of 5 because basically, my problem with Lindors generally are just too sweet. Specifically the one was the milk chocolate centre. It's like a sort of, as you probably know, it's a big sphere with very sort of sweet, sickly chocolate cream style centre, a creamy fondant centre, melts in your mouth. But it's just too much of it. Nice crack on the outside, but I think the chocolate's quite sweet anyway, being sort of like a Belgian-y chocolate anyway, quite milky, quite creamy, and I think it's just too much for me. So I prefer the mini Lindors, basically the very small little ball ones. Maybe the mini egg ones as well, but the ball ones even more so. But these ones, really happy with them. It had like a sort of white chocolate, strawberry flavouring or strawberry. Yeah, I think it might be strawberry flavouring, maybe little strawberry pieces in, or like little marbled effect or whatever in the shell, and then the inside was like still a cream, but it was strawberries and cream flavoured as well. Just really nice. Yeah, so not sickly at all really. So I said I could keep eating them basically, which I wouldn't have been able to do with the regular Lindors. So really enjoyed these ones. These are sort of like Lindors done right for me, just not too sickly but still the same consistency and taste and this that and the other. Yeah, really like these ones. 4 out of 5. I think that sounds about right. That enjoyed that a lot. I don't know if they're still around. I don't think they are. I've not seen them for a while anyways, but if you do see those, check them out. Really nice. Then we did Cadbury's mini eggs. Yeah, I think I've reviewed these a couple of times over the years. Gave these a 4 out of 5. I think I was thinking they were shrinking or something like that. I'm not sure if that is the case, but if anything, they probably will be shrinking rather than growing, so I'm not going to make them bigger. Charge the same price anyway. 4 out of 5, I do like Cadbury's mini eggs. They've got sort of, let's say, Cadbury's chocolate, not dairy milk, but still nice. Covered in like a sugar shard. It's a very special powdery feel to it. Or taste to it, or both. I really like that actually, and these really remind me of my childhood as well. Really like these ones. I think a 4 out of 5 is about right. Might be tempted to raise it to a 4.5, but I think a 4 is probably about right for that one. Yeah, I like those. Cadbury's mini eggs, a classic really. Do like them a lot, and if anything, it's a 4.5. But I think a 4 is probably about right. Nice crunch to those. Love biting into those. They're really nice. Tempted to give them a 4.5, but I think a 4 is probably better. I think it's probably more suitable. Yeah, but it's close. Now what do I have? I reviewed some of the back in the day. I reviewed 2 things at once actually, and this was an example. Cadbury's Caramel Egg and Galaxy Chocolate Caramel Egg. I gave these really low scores. I gave them both 3 out of 5. I said that the Cadbury's Caramel one was a bit mundane really, and the Galaxy Chocolate Caramel Egg was had a bit more to it, but I didn't quite like it as much. But the Cadbury's Caramel Egg, I tell you what, it's definitely at least a 4 out of 5. So that's definitely going up. It's really thick, buttery, indulgent, caramel inside that sort of chocolate egg. It's similar to a cream egg, but just filled with caramel. Really nice. It's definitely better than a 3 out of 5. I don't know what I was thinking there really. And the Galaxy Chocolate Caramel, I gave that a 3 out of 5 as well. And I think, to be honest with you, I reckon that would be better as well. I'm going to say that was a 4 out of 5. I don't think it's available since. I don't think I've had it since then. But Galaxy Caramel's really nice. It's not quite as buttery as Cadbury's Caramel Eggs, but so I can imagine the chocolate caramel will be really interesting as well. I do have fond memories of it, even though for some reason I gave it a 3 out of 5. I don't know. Not sure what I was thinking there. I think I was just having a bad chocolate day maybe. But yeah, I think that was definitely at least a 4 out of 5 as well. But I don't think the chocolate caramel egg's been around for a while now. Don't even know if they do regular Galaxy Caramel Eggs anymore. They do the mini ones. I'm not sure if they do the full size ones. So yeah. But yeah, really interesting those. Definitely better than a 3 out of 5 those, definitely. So I'm going to up them both to a 4. I think that's, if anything, it might be higher, but I think 4 out of 5 is probably, not going too overboard. But yeah, really nice those. As I say, the Cadbury's Caramel Egg, really nice and buttery, thick caramel. And the Galaxy Caramel Egg, the regular one, is really nice. Just a lovely sort of has a bit more of a sort of zingy caramel, I guess you could say, maybe. Not really, that's probably too strong a term, but something a bit more about it. Flavour-wise, not quite as thick, but it's got something a bit more, a different flavour to it. It's nice. And the chocolate caramel one, obviously, with the same, but just a bit of chocolate in. I think, looked a bit dark as well. Looked very interesting and indulgent. So I think, I think definitely both of these should be a 4 out of 5 at least. So but I just need to have that chocolate caramel Galaxy one again. But I'm quite sure. Yeah, I can't believe these were 3 out of 5s. Really can't. So 4 out of 5 for both of these at least. Then we had the Lint Easter Bunny Paw, just basically solid chocolate, this one. I gave it a 4 out of 5. It might be a bit over the top, this one, but basically it tasted nice and it did exactly what you'd expect it to. It was a nice, sort of solid bit of chocolate. Yeah, it's basically a small bit of chocolate in the shape of a paw, but really nice. Nice chocolate from Lint there. Normally a bit, sort of thing, this might be a bit too creamy for me, Lint chocolate, but in this case, I don't know, it just was nice. It just worked. It's probably, I don't know. 4 out of 5 is probably quite high because it's quite mundane, nothing too exciting, but it just did what it did. It's a nice chocolate, nice milk chocolate. Yeah, I think, I could mark it down, but I'm not going to. 4 out of 5 is probably about right there. But as I say, purely based on it's just a nice milk chocolate, you know. Yeah, I mean, as I say, compared to like the Cadbury's Caramel Egg that we just talked about before, you know, I think I'd probably prefer to have that really. But as I say, I think just this Lint Easter Bunny Paw just worked for what it was, and that's why it's a 4 out of 5. So yeah, it might be a bit too thick for kids to eat, even though it looks to be aimed at kids. It's quite a thick, paw, but kids will find a way to eat it, I'm sure. Now, I had another double review, Cabbage Cream Egg and Lindor Egg. I gave them both a 3 out of 5 really. Now, I just mentioned that I reviewed the cream egg 1 year ago in a mystery review, and I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 then, and upped it to a 4. You know, when I retrospectively looked at it today, and I think that's the case here again. It's not. Yeah, I think when I did it 3 years ago, I think the one I got was not quite runny. I think the fondant had dried a bit. It was like a solid fondant, although it doesn't really matter in half of it at least anyway. But I think I think for me it's a 4 out of 5 basically. I think it's just as I mentioned before, same as I mentioned before. It's a Easter staple. It's a novelty, really nice. Well, it's not perfect. It's got some shortcomings. It's a bit too sweet and, you know, perhaps a bit sickly after a while. But I think just sometimes it really does hit the right spot, and it's such a novel treat. It's been getting smaller over the years, and I think it used to have dairy milk chocolate around the edge, but it doesn't anymore. Well, in the shell basically, it was made of dairy milk chocolate. But either way, it still works. I still like it. And that novelty does work a lot, and it's interesting, looks good. So I think a 4 out of 5 for that one. But the Lint Lindor Egg, I gave this a 3 out of 5. This was too sweet for me. I said they were both too sweet actually, but this one, Lint Lindor's, they just are too much for me. I gave this 3 out of 5. I think I'm going to lower this one to 2.5. Just for me, it's just too much. I just need them to be smaller really. I'm gonna give it, could almost be a 2, but you know, I think a 2.5 out of 5 is probably a bit more fair. I know lots of people love Lindors, and this will be right up their street, but for me they're just too much. I prefer the mini Lindors, like I said earlier on as well when I was talking about the other type of Lindor that I reviewed, strawberries and cream, and their ones just better proportioned. These ones are just not well proportioned for me. So 2.5 out of 5 I think. But the mini Lindor eggs are better, and even better the mini Lindor balls as well. I just call mini Lindors I think, just because they're even better proportioned than the eggs, but the eggs are a lot better as well. So there we go. Yes, and then the last one I did, the Cadbury's Day Milk, another duo one actually, Cadbury's Day Milk Vanilla Mousse and Malteser Chocolate Bunny. So interesting one, this one. So it's labelled as Malteser in this case, or at least that's what I've written anyway. I think it was. This was 5 years ago. I re-reviewed it, or reviewed the orange version a year ago. I gave I gave the Malteser a 4 out of 5. What did I give it a year ago? Let's see. I give it a 4 as well there really. So quite consistent there, and I think that's probably about right. I think it doesn't have the orange flavour to it, but really enjoy it. I really enjoyed it. I remember when I first discovered them about 10 years ago or something like that. I can't remember when it was now, quite some time ago. Really liked them. I used to go with maybe a bit more than 10 years ago actually. I used to go with a friend from work used to walk to the shop and get some at lunchtime for a big extravagant snack, because it was so novel and so unique and lovely, but not quite as novel as they used to be now, but I do still really like them. So I think a 4 out of 5 is about right really. That nice malty creamy centre, really nice. But the vanilla mousse from Cadbury, that sort of day milk, I think it's like in the shape of a bunny as well. It was just a bit too, the Malteser one had a bit of a crunch in there, but a nicer cream as well. The vanilla mousse one was just like a sort of, I don't know, typical sort of Mondelez offering in Cadbury clothing, if you know what I mean. It was that kind of thing. It was okay. I don't know if it really is that, but it comes across that way. It was all right, just a bit sort of just a fluffy, moussey centre, nothing too exciting. There's a bit of a vanilla taste, but just a bit boring really. A bit of a chocolate shell on the outside, but the chocolate was, it was okay. It's dairy milk, but it was more about the mousse centre in. It was just all right. So I think a 3 out of 5 is probably about right for that as well. So there we go. So that's a 3 out of 5. But the Malteser Chocolate Bunny, 4 out of 5. I think it was both about right, those ratings actually. So there we go, guys. Yes, that's all the reviews I did 1 year and 5 years ago. I hope you enjoyed that. As I say, link for all these are in the description. Link for other things as well. The member program reviews are also in the description as well. As is the TierMaker for Cadbury's Roses. Which Cadbury's Roses do I think are the best? I've tiered them basically, so check that out. The live review as well. The mystery review number 2. I did about 5 reviews in that one, so check that out also. I say all links for these are in the description. A link for the join the member program is in the description as well. As is the link for the Discord service, great way to be part of the community, and keep in touch with myself as well. Yeah, please like the videos and say check out the member program. It's a really great way to support the channel. Really will help it out. So check it out at least, and hopefully if you can join it, even better. Really would appreciate that. But yeah, either way, leave a comment or free. Always great to hear from you. Please leave a like as well, and have a great day also. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye for now. See ya. Bye.